what you say and do. 'Cause Santa Claus is watching you. He's everywhere, he's everywhere.
We used to think, because we were told, God is watching you. Or, you better be nice, because Jesus is watching you. If you were not Christian raised, you were at least told Big Brother has his eye on you. Look at the all-seeing eye, going back to ancient times and still today on our dollar bill. Over the years and with all the awakening from old dogma and unquestioned fears of the boogeyman, we seem to have figured out. If nobody's watching us, we can get away with whatever we want. Well, we could. Mostly. If everybody got caught doing what they say not to do, we would all be locked up somewhere. Let him who is without sin cast the first stone. Just when we thought we had it figured out, along comes our new watchdogs, or as spoke of in the Book of Enoch, the Watchers. Guess what? The mark of the beast you have all been concerned about. Some saying we're going to be tattooed or a chip installed. No. No physical markings. You got an iPhone? You open it with face recognition? You sign into your bank account with face recognition? Did you play that silly game that showed you what you're going to look like in 20 years? Do you use the app TikTok? Folks, face recognition is taking over the planet. My mother always said I had a face for radio. Radio may be the last place in this technology-rich world, where our face won't be used to figure out our social status or potential to commit a crime. Today there is a seamless digital delivery of audio and video files across the internet. There is a software package that will detect, and potentially predict, suspicious behavior through facial recognition. It will be able to detect and match millions of faces in real time, specifically within school environments. It will know you and your family and friends. It will know your politics, your sexuality, even your medical record. Have you been injected with the latest infectious disease fighter? It will recognize you by your fruits. Big Brother really will be watching you. In real time. If you don't remember where that phrase came from, Big Brother is a fictional character and symbol in George Orwell's 1949 novel 1984. He is the leader of a totalitarian state where the ruling party has total power over all the inhabitants. Okay. You've heard about a coming reset of some sort. You've heard the term cashless society. You're hearing every day, the powers to be want to move us into the Chinese economic system. But, do you even know what that is? No other country in the world has more video surveillance than China. With 170 million CCTV cameras and some 400 million new ones being installed, it is a country that has adopted and deployed facial recognition in a big way. In the near future, China's citizens, and those of us who travel there, will be exposed to a vast network of facial recognition systems monitoring everything from the use of public transportation, to speeding, to how much toilet paper you use in the public toilets. They have even introduced facial recognition to monitor school children's behavior within Chinese public schools. As contactless payments become the norm amid the worldwide pandemic response, China rolled out its digital currency, setting it up to become the world's first cashless society. Franchisees of Starbucks, McDonald's and Subway chains in China are on the list of firms that will convert to the new national digital currency. Along with locally owned businesses like hotels, bakeries and gyms. The decade ahead is one anticipated to be swept with technological disruption, as we are digitizing every aspect of our day-to-day lives. The way we pay for things makes no exception. Several countries have already converted to this form of commerce. It is a game changer in financial services. As part of China's full integration, an incentive program rewards each citizen for their commitment to the state's dictated morals. This system automatically identifies a person. It determines your ability to progress in society, and by extension your immediate family's economic and social status. It monitors the state's non-sanctioned behaviors. Microsoft has established an AI and Ethics in Engineering and Research Committee. This committee is also set up to help them comply with the European Union's newly enforced General Data Protection Regulation and its eventual future adoption, in some form, here in North America. If you own a smartphone and use the internet, you have already opted out of any basic notions of personal anonymity within Western society. With this fully engaged in Europe, visiting a website now requires you to opt into the possibility that the website might be collecting personal data. We as a society are automatically opted in and completely at the mercy of how our faces are being recorded, processed and stored by governmental, corporate or even privately deployed systems. Amid the many benefits of digital payments, their ease of use, potential to cut costs for businesses and reduce tax evasion, corruption and organized crime, there's growing concern about those who don't have credit cards or bank accounts. Retirees, recent immigrants, people with disabilities and those living in rural areas will be especially vulnerable. Until President Richard Nixon took the United States off the gold standard in the 1970s, American cash was redeemable for gold or silver. Currently, the US is on a system using fiat currency via the Federal Reserve, as the value of money is based on faith in government and law. While the Federal Reserve maintains control of the physical cash system, some powerful industry forces are trying to change that. Cash has not yet disappeared from everyday life, but the world's largest information technology and financial companies are working on ways to completely replace it. Just one more thing to think about as we are moved into a new normal.